We're back now on this special edition of Triad Today with Virginia Foxx and Roger Sharpe. Virginia Foxx, the incumbent congressperson, congresswoman, and Roger Sharpe, former state senator. I'm holding up something. I certainly don't expect the folks at home to see this. We don't need to get a close-up. I'm not doing it for that. It's just sort of a visual aid effect. But it's an ad that was put out by the Democratic Party. And again, I don't really care who put it out, but the reason I'm holding it up is because it has a lot of statistics, numbers, number of service people killed, 2,798. Estimated cost of the war, $331 billion. Let me go down to something. Drop in family income. They have that national debt at something like $8.5 trillion. I'm just citing this. Should anybody vote for any Democrat or Republican who's been up there at all? And you've been a part of it, and you want to be a part of it. So, Virginia, start.
Well, yes, I think people should vote for Republicans because Republicans are the people who are trying to bring our government to a smaller size. And that's certainly what I've been focused on this last year. I did that when I was in the state Senate, and I've done that in Congress. There are very different philosophies of Republicans and Democrats, and I think it's important for the public to understand that. The Republicans believe that the smaller government you have, the better off we are in this country. Democrats want government to do everything for us. We'd have a nanny state. Democrats believe in partial birth abortion. My opponent believes in partial birth abortion. Democrats want gay marriage. My opponent believes in gay marriage. But there are differences in philosophies, and we need to have people understand what those philosophies are. But again, getting back to the question,
these numbers reflect just a lot of, I think, failures and for Republicans and Democrats. It's not like there's only Republicans in Washington. Roger, I mean, you want this job. You want this job so badly.
You would wonder, why anybody sane would want a job in which 4 out of 5 Americans thinks is in the pit.
Exactly.
And,
but you obviously, I mean, you said you want this job.
But I do, basically, because our constitutional democracy, it's the system that we have. We're given a choice on who governs. And if the people aren't happy with those in power, which Mrs. Foxx and her cronies in Washington are, they can vote them out of office.
And the Democrats were in power before that. And I'm not going to belabor the point, but I mean, things have been going awry for a long time.
In fact, under President Clinton, just to mention a liberal president, we had we were in the black, and the companies were making the most money they'd ever made.
And those might be the same companies that fleeced us. I'm not sure.
That was when the Republicans were in control in Congress, Roger. That didn't happen when the Democrats were in control in Congress and Clinton was president. Only when the Republicans took over and cut spending.
All right, let me talk about something about NAFTA and CAFTA for a minute. It just breaks my heart that a few days ago we read that VF Industries lays off nearly 400 people. And I just couldn't believe it. They're sitting there at the press conference saying, well, we have to lay them off because it's too far away for us to do the finishing work for our plants in Mexico and Puerto Rico. And I'm going, what's wrong with this picture? Now, did you support NAFTA and CAFTA? Would you have supported NAFTA and CAFTA? Because obviously it's backfiring on us. Virginia, start.
Well, I just happened to see a picture the other day that Clinton signed the NAFTA bill. So NAFTA came in under Clinton, and I think that's important to know. I did not support CAFTA. And, Roger calls me a rubber stamp, but everybody in the administration asked me to vote for CAFTA, and I told all of them no. So you can't call me a rubber stamp. So I didn't support CAFTA for lots of reasons.
All right, Roger.
Every county of the 12 counties in our 5th district where I travel, the county leaders are asking that we get good employment for their people. We have to have good employment possibilities in the future of that, and that's certainly an area that I would help. We've got all these displaced workers. We just lost a few thousand more this week. And I wonder what the administration is doing. I mean, it's giving, certainly Mrs. Foxx said about the cost cutting, and we've got an $8 trillion debt.
Well, what about economic?
We've created over 6 million jobs in the last 5 years, Roger. That's what we've done.
Or did they go in India or China?
No, they're here. We have the lowest unemployment rate of any part of the state in our area. The 5th district has the lowest unemployment rate.
Well, you talk to the community leaders and they'll tell you a different tale, and that's what I've been doing in this campaign.
And let me go a little long on this segment, though. If you want to talk about community leaders, a lot of them have given away a heck of a lot of money in economic incentives. It backfired on the town of Sparta, who's now hoping for a $10 million teapot museum to ride their fortunes upon, when maybe some of these towns shouldn't have been given the economic incentives so freely. Quick comment on that?
Well, Mrs. Foxx got them a little bit of seed money for the teapot.
Right, but I'm talking about the incentives.
Well, I think it has to be balanced. We don't give away the whole store, and that's what has happened is I think we're seeing in some situations.
What about the incentives? Too many of them?
Well, now, incentives are a state and local issue, not a federal issue.
I understand, but it's sort of backfiring on us anyway. Okay, we'll be right back after this.